Hey everyone, this is Tony, Dungeon Master for DnD Raw.
And it's Bethany, who plays Saria in the Orinthal campaign.
First of all, we wanted to continue to thank our other D&D podcast friends out there, and this week we're going to be playing a promo from the Seadogs Podcast.
So if you haven't listened to the Seadogs Podcast, they have a great character, Nilbog, who now has his own spin-off show, Nilbog's Tavern. Patrick, who is playing Nilbog, was so kind as to invite our cast onto the show and let us visit Nilbog in his tavern and chat about our adventures. So that episode is actually available now on the Seadogs Podcast feed. So feel free to check it out. Let us know what you think. It was a lot of fun.
So yeah, definitely go check this out, Seadogs Podcast. And just to entice you, here's a little promo for their show.
Ahoy, me mateys!
What? Why? Where is someone here?
No. Remember I told you I had to do that little thing where I gotta read this page out loud?
But who are you talking to? I'm the only one here.
That's okay. Why don't you just listen in? What do you do with a drunken sailor in danger in the high seas? You drink more rum. Rum ham! Hey, rum ham! Oh, the captain's got him.
Well, but it reminds me, we need to order some more rum. We maybe got 3 days supply left.
Well, that's probably about one. So, yeah, the Seadogs on iTunes. It's the bunniest. The Seadogs on iTunes.
I like bunnies.
I like bunnies too, buddy. But yeah, the funniest bunch of you'll ever listen to.
That's crude.
Yeah, there's kind of crude. Like donkeys, like, the Seadogs Podcast, a new D&D. That sounds dangerous.
I think that's the size of brazier, isn't it?
Yeah, double D's.
Yeah, my old lady had. Well, that's a long story.
It's okay. We'll talk about that later. A new D&D podcast on iTunes. Listen in and join in on the fun. Okay, now you can tell me about
Rum
these
ham.
D's. Yeah, rum ham. No, okay. Now you can tell me about these D's.
Check out the Seadogs Podcast on iTunes, SoundCloud, Google Play, and anywhere else you can find your favorite podcasts.
Now, one thing that we want to definitely do before we get into our major announcements on the future of our podcast is thank all of our listeners out there. And specifically, we have a few names we wanted to mention for the iTunes reviews that we've gotten recently. They've been absolutely fantastic. So thank you to LJ, who in fact runs his own podcast, Scribbler's Rest, which definitely you guys should check out as well. And thank you to Make Love Like War and Test 333-3333.
So, LJ, he said, great cast and rich story world. Definitely give them a listen. We agree with this 100%.
From Make Love Like War, he says, the group has a great dynamic and the storyline is really engaging. It's a great listen. Thank you again.
And thank you, Test 333-3333. Yeah, that's the right number of threes. For your lengthy review. I'd read the whole thing. I did read the whole thing, but I don't want to read it all right now. But thank you so much just for really giving us great feedback on what you liked about our rules discussions and how we take it seriously. And that kind of naturally leads into what I think we were going to talk about next. So thank you for, calling us a pleasant gem to listen to. We try to be very gem-like in our qualities. So, we are actually going to be going back and doing Rules as Written again. It's how we started the podcast. It's something we really love doing, but we kind of put it on hold while we were doing actual play. So, we're going to continue with both. So, we're going to have alternating weeks where we have some Rules as Written episodes, and then we have our storyline actual play campaign. So, we'll be having some new episodes coming out soon with new guests. Hopefully some names you will recognize from other great D&D podcasts. Those will be announced soon.
And if you don't recognize them, you should definitely check them out.
Yes. So stay tuned. We will let you know who our guests are going to be on our upcoming episodes. We're really excited about those, and I think you're going to enjoy them.
In addition to that, we wanted to mention, as we had before, that we are working on a Patreon, and it is coming out soon. We hope to have more news on that for you in the coming weeks, but we are working on it. And if you have any ideas for rewards, let us know. Send us a tweet at Rules as Written, or email me at dm@dndraw.com. We just love hearing from everybody, and we love feedback.
So I guess the next thing is, what are we doing next? Since Our Orinthal storyline is starting to wrap up. If you've listened to the latest episode, we kind of came to an exciting climactic moment, and we're starting to put all the pieces together of the mystery. So that will be coming to an end relatively soon.
The Orinthal storyline was always supposed to be fairly short, fairly concise. So as they are coming up to a major plot element, they are very close to the end. And as that wraps up, the whole reason I originally started this was it takes place in the world that I've built, in the world of Austea, and I just wanted to focus it in Orinthal. However, the main campaign is what I am looking forward to doing next. So we'd be jumping into the full campaign in the future, after the end of Orinthal, where things will take place 150 to 200 years in the future. A lot of different things will have happened between now and then, but one of the main things is planar travel, having been started now, will be a much more popular thing. The main premise of this storyline will be that clerics in the world are dwindling. Divine powers are fading. And no one's really sure why. The party, though, will be starting off pretty simply enough on a nice and easy escort mission.
The best. Simply the best. Those never lead anywhere.
Nothing bad can happen from that. Now, for this campaign, I'm actually really excited because Mordenkainen's Tome of Foes is coming out soon, and since it discusses planar conflicts, planar entities, and they're specifically even mentioned that they're putting in more powerful creatures for higher level campaigns, I'm really excited that I can incorporate some of this into the future of the world of Austea.
Yeah, and I'm excited and not at all nervous about that as a player. Tony likes to present challenges, and he really likes mysteries. So
I like mysteries.
That'll be, I'm sure, a major element of this next campaign. We still don't have a timeline on exactly when that's going to start, but we are definitely already starting to think about our characters and what that will look like.
So I am really excited to see where this future storyline will go. I'm excited to utilize Mordenkainen's Tome of Foes to help facilitate some things that I've kind of only been starting to work on.
Tony's been working on this for
3 years.
3 years. Not the actual specific storyline only, but developing the world and creating your own pantheon and all of that. There's a lot of material Tony has been creating.
I can actually say, because it's changed a lot since I originally started this, but my initial inspiration for the storyline was the Blood Wars. And they have already mentioned in Mordenkainen's Tome of Foes, the Blood Wars are going to be discussed. So I'm really excited to see how it's going.
By which you mean you had almost glee, yee!
I messaged you immediately upon reading that. They're going to have this in the book.
And yay! And you don't usually get texts that yay, Blood Wars! I'm like, that can't be good. I'm sure it'll be really safe and delightful world for our characters to adventure in, not at all dangerous or deadly.
Yeah, the fact that there's fewer clerics in the world means nothing.
Yeah, that'll all be fine, so don't worry about us.
Less healing.
We haven't relied on healing at all. What are you talking about?
Mass
not at all
wounds,
in Orinthal.
Mass healing word.
No, we're very sturdy. My next character I'm planning is definitely going to be super hardy.
But the specific characters, of course, we'll be getting into later, and we will most likely be doing a session 0 also in terms of this character build.
Yeah, actually, let us know if you'd be interested in us recording the session 0. We were just going to do it like a regular thing at the table, but if that's something you guys be interested in, let us know.
Yeah, if you like to listen how we make terrible decisions on making our players, and some really good decisions.
Collectively.
Yes, it is a group effort to make terrible things.
It's the nature of D&D. When you get a group of smart, intelligent, clever people together, invariably you do not make the best choices, even though you try really hard. It all seems like a good idea at the time because you're so, into the details, and later you're like, what were we thinking? Why did we build a party with no healer or no tank? Why did this happen?
Why does no one have any strength?
Yeah, why does no one who has strength? No one has strength? How did that happen? Yeah.
I don't know how you guys have survived some of the things I've thrown at you, considering strength being a key factor.
Yeah, well, if they continue listening to the podcast, they'll see what the upsides and downsides are to our party build as we go forward. We might have some weaknesses.
No. But that is something that will be a little ways down the road of our podcast and for the future of the world of Austea.
So one thing we will have coming up sooner than that is a little series we're going to call Tales from the Table. We did a one-shot set in the world of Austea back in the time of the Cataclysm, when everything was wonderful. You know, in that time before it was called the Cataclysm, when people just thought it was bad, but didn't know how bad it was yet because they were in the moment. We did a low-level one-shot.
Level 2.
Level 2. Oh my gosh. If you've gone from playing a high-level character and then like a level 5 character, when you go back to playing a level 2 character, it's tough. You have a lot of restrictions on what you can do. So we actually did stream this, but we're gonna, I guess, turn it into something a little different. Tony's adding some narrative to it, so you'll get to see kind of like what it's like when we're actually playing face to face together at the table. And Tony will add some narrative elements to sort of spice it up, and we'll be sharing that as well. I think you guys will enjoy it. I won't tell you how it ends, but you could tell it's going to end well.
Yep, nothing terrible happens during the Cataclysm.
No, it's all good. So that'll be something else. That'll be coming out soon. We'll have dates on that. If you follow us on Twitter, I'll be announcing all of those details as well.
Yep, so I will most likely be releasing that in chunks, considering how long of a session that was overall that we were streaming.
It was just like 1 6-hour session.
But I will be making it a little bit more narratively focused while still keeping a lot of what the players actually choose to do.
So that's something new we're trying. You'll have to let us know what you guys think as we move forward with that, if it's something we should pursue or
if you just like hearing us make the rolls and do everything real time.
Yeah. So we're trying to try some new things, go back to some old things, just keep it interesting. We'd love to hear from you guys on what particular things you enjoy. So I guess I want to say thank you all for listening. I know we've said it multiple times, but we really do appreciate it. And it means a lot to us when you share the podcast with your friends, family members, strangers, etc.
Random D&D enthusiasts.
Yeah, they turn up.
They do. We know.
So please follow us on Twitter at Rules As Written. That's a great way to get in contact and find out what's going on. And occasionally I share cat pictures there, as well as other fun D&D items that come up. And if you have any questions to the DM, feel free to email those to Tony at dm@dndraw.com.
If you're looking for any secrets, I may or may not respond to that. But I always do love hearing from the fans, so please feel free to message me. And then please subscribe and leave us a review on iTunes, as we would love to thank you personally for it and read them out loud for the world to hear. Or you can subscribe and leave us a comment on Podbean, Google Play, or Stitcher. And we'll see you next time in Orinthal.